Welcome to the Ghostly Gallery podcast, a place where we explore the world of horror in film, television, literature, and popular culture. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. My name is Bruce Markison. As always, I'm joined by producer and co-host Tracy Asteria. Tracy, welcome to this show. It is historic, milestone, 50th episode. Hard to believe.
Yay! Congratulations to us.
Incredible. It started a little over a year ago. The first show aired in June of 2023. We didn't have a guest on that first show. Really, it was kind of an introduction. We introduced ourselves to the audience, but also to each other. We talked about our favorite horror films and books, and we had a lot of fun with that. Then our second show is when we had our first guest, and that was independent film director Harrison Smith. Here's a guy who has directed movies like Camp Dread, Death House, Where the Scary Things Are. Very outspoken, but very well-informed insider in really the industry of horror, and somebody that we've been meaning to get on for a second time at some point. One of the most memorable guests for me, and maybe for you as well, Tracy, has sadly passed on, and that was the great historian David J. Scull. He joined us just before Halloween, and he talked about the history of that holiday and gave us some tremendous insights, some things that I really had no idea about. And then sadly, it was about, less than 3 months later that he was killed in a New Year's Day traffic accident. Just a horrific story. So glad that we did have the chance to have him on once, but he's a guy that I was planning to have him on as often as he'd be willing to come on, and I think he would have come on fairly regularly for us. Just a fantastic writer, historian, commentator on DVDs and Blu-rays. And so sad that we have lost his voice, a very important one in horror history. Several of our guests, Tracy, have been on multiple times. They include Tucker Christine, the Dracula expert. Edward J. Pettit from the Rosenbach Museum just was on for his second time. Director Ansel Faraj, I know you've become friends with him, Tracy. The man known as Toothpickings, real name Brian Forrest, expert on vampires and the Blackula series of films. Also, Dark Shadows historian Jeff Thompson. Our buddy Dan Day, who is just a tremendous all-around historian and blogger. Gary D. Rhodes, both a writer and filmmaker. And Josh Hitchens, who is a wonderful resource for us. He is the current leader with 3 appearances on the show. So those are some of the guests that we've had more than one time. We've also had, Tracy, several prominent actors who have been with us, including Michael Dante, who starred in the film Willard back in 1970. Naomi Grossman, actress from the popular movie 1BR. Our buddy Richie Coster, who has been in a number of things, including The Walking Dead and The Dark Knight. Lou Temple, another terrific character actor. He was in The Devil's Rejects, among other films. Matt McCoy did a great job in The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. And then I know one of your favorites, and you need to talk about this, Tracy, Richard Sammel from The Strain. When we got him, that was quite a highlight.
Yes. Oh my gosh. First of all, I am still, all fangirled that he joined us for an episode. What a wonderful human being. And just the enthusiasm that he had for his character in The Strain was just incredible. And he even shared with us so many great memories of just working with the cast, and went on to talk about some of his other infamous roles and projects. So, all of our guests have been fantastic. And I've learned so much over the course of these 50 episodes, Bruce, from each and every individual, and you in particular, introducing me to so many cool movies and TV shows along the way. So I am so thrilled. So thank you.
Well, I appreciate your efforts as well. one of the common threads through all these guests, they've been so willing to give us time. Some have said, hey, if you need me on for 2 hours, which we haven't done to this point, some have said they're willing to do that. They've, in many cases, said we'd love to be back on again. I've even had a couple of guests, not going to tell you who, that have sent me messages saying, hey, when are you going to get me on? And I made sure to
Wow.
respond to those as well. So the guests have been not only very knowledgeable and insightful, but cordial, willing to talk, willing to help, and we really appreciate that.